to the Upkeep for Monday, December 21st, 2020.
That's right, it's all of the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
And the big news this week is that Kaldheim previews have officially begun!
That's right. So you can see a new teaser trailer that's out over on YouTube. There's all of the cards going up as they come out over on Scryfall. And of course, over on the Wizards website, you can see the whole schedule of card previews.
I'm so excited for this set. The trailer got me mega hyped. It's pretty cool. You see like a magical sword growing out of a tree, and Tybalt at the end. He's kind of the narrator of this teaser trailer. At the end, he says he wants to basically steal the Sword of the Realms, a weapon of unimaginable chaos.
Tybalt, classic
Tybalt. And the way that Wizards of the Coast has been doing a bunch of these super early previews has been using famous metal bands to preview the cards, which I think has been an utter delight, and I am so into it.
Yes, it is a ton of fun. And some of these cards are really cool. Sagas are back.
Yes, sagas.
So excited. We got to see Showdown of the Skalds, which is 2 red-white for a saga. Chapter 1, exile the top 4 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. And then chapters 2 and 3, whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control.
Wow, this card is really interesting and pretty mega powerful. Super excited to see what ends up happening with it in the standard format. Changelings are also back in this set. Basically established that it's going to be a tribal set, and with the inclusion of changelings like Gladewalker Ritualist, which is 2 and a green for a 3/3 shapeshifter, whenever another creature named Gladewalker Ritualist enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. The cool thing with this is that Ixalan was the last big tribal set that we had, and there were some problems in draft because you couldn't overlap your archetypes at all. Changelings help with that, which I'm super happy to see that they learned some lessons with that and made some tweaks going forward. Vehicles are also back.
Gods are returning, and they are modal double-faced cards, and on one side is a god, and on the other side is a legendary equipment.
Yeah, so the god that we saw previewed was Halvar, God of Battle, 2 white for a 4/4 legendary creature god. Creatures you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike. At the beginning of each combat, you may attach a target aura or equipment attached to a creature you control to target creature you control. The flip side, Sword of the Realms, the sword from the teaser trailer, is here for a 1 and a white. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has vigilance. Whenever equipped creature dies, return it to its owner's hand with an equip cost of 1 and a white, which is a really cool way to kind of deal with gods that we've seen them have all sorts of different ways of like tucking them back into your library. This god is indestructible, whatever. This is a neat way to do it here that I think I prefer so far to all of the other ways they've done gods. And yes, Halvar can still be your commander. Your commander can be a legendary sword.
Just what everyone wants is a legendary sword for a commander.
Absolutely.
Have also seen showcase frames. There are 12 showcase Viking uncommons, 14 rares, and 8 mythics, and all legends have the showcase frame, and it is just so cool.
Yeah, the designer of this frame said he went to a bunch of Viking museums and looked at some old art and for inspiration for these. I think they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, they are really, really cool.
Kaya is also back in this set. We have a preview of this legendary planeswalker. She's 3 white-black for a 5 loyalty planeswalker. +1, put a ghost form counter on up to 1 target non-token creature it gains. Quote, when this creature dies or is put into exile, return it to its owner's hand and create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Okay,
Ooh,
pretty good.
Nice.
-3, exile, target non-land permanent, not just creature, non-land permanent. And the ultimate is -7. You get an emblem with, quote, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a legendary spell from your hand, from your graveyard, or from among cards you own in exile without paying its mana cost.
Nice. Pretty cool. And her hairstyle is just really, really good.
It is awesome. I love her hair. I love her weapons. This card seems mega powerful.
Yeah, very cool. The remaining 4 pathways will be arriving, which are those modal double-faced lands. We'll have the rest of those, which is pretty cool. We've also had the commander decks revealed. There's Ranar, Anyways, Ranar the Ever Watchful and Lathril Blade of the Elves.
If you want to find out when more preview cards are dropping, we've got a link in the show notes or under this video to when all of the preview cards are being displayed by various content creators. Ours is coming out January 12th, and it's not one, but 2 cards.
Ooh, very exciting. And more info drops on January 7th at 9 a.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/magic.
Yeah, so the release for this set is officially February 5th, but it'll be out on Arena and Magic Online free to play on January 28th.
Next up, there was an arena qualifier weekend for the Kaldheim Championship this past weekend. You can check Twitter for players posting their deck lists that led to a qualification. And looking ahead, the next league weekend for the MPL and Rivals is January 16th and 17th.
Yes, we have a note here that we wish there was an easy way for us to say, here are all the deck lists that led to a qualification. You can check them out. It's a nice website. You can copy and paste on Arena, whatever. No, it doesn't exist.
Not a thing.
So sorry, everybody. You just have to follow some people on Twitter to find these lists.
Do you know what does exist is MTG Melee, which is super helpful. It's where I found the information about the Star City Games 5K Kaldheim Championship qualifier this past weekend, which was historic. Patrick Fernandez, which is a name you may recognize, won with Rakdos Arcanist.
Nice.
He gets an invite to the Kaldheim Championship. Eli Cassis also made the top 8 on Sultai Midrange, and that top 8 had 3 Sultai Midrange, a Rakdos Arcanist, Mono Red Aggro, Jund Sacrifice, Rakdos Aggro, and Rakdos Sacrifice.
Wow, Rakdos colors taking over historic, it sounds like.
Yeah, Maria, are you happy to see Rakdos Arcanist up there?
Yeah, I am. That deck is super fun. We talked about it on Good Luck High Five last week. Really cool to see it here making a name for itself in historic.
That's right. And while Patrick gets an invite to the Kaldheim Championship, the top 12 of that event get an invite to next month's qualifier weekend.
Registration is now open for the Venus and Mercury League Season 4 play. So if you're interested in competing in a really fun and inclusive tournament, check it out. I'm going to say sold out. They filled up their slots within 2 days last time. So today is the first day registration is open. If you're of a marginalized gender, you're encouraged to come and battle. This is a super fun tournament with a great structure that's very flexible and allows you to play on your time. Check it out at aspirant.gg/VML if you're interested in playing in Season 4. The prizes are also really good. First place gets an invite to the Kaldheim Championship, and if you make the top 8, you get an invite to the March qualifier weekend, plus a cash prize pool as well.
Very cool. And that is all of the news for this week. Check back next week for more news, etc.
You can check out our full-length podcast called Good Luck High Five anywhere you find your podcast and support our content, in fact, all of our content over at patreon.com/GLHFmagic.